So let me fill out a few things for real quick. Ethan, you got your body cam rolling?
Yes, sir. It's going.
All right, Mr. Kessner, what is your full in-city name?
Scott Kenzer.
Scott. Is it Kenser?
Kenzer. Z is in zebra.
Awesome, awesome. How long you been in city for, Mr. Kinzer?
I actually just moved into the city.
Okay.
I was actually in another city, surprisingly named Los Santos, if you believe that.
Really?
And
What are the
yeah,
odds of that?
I know. So things came up, and I had to leave the city for a few months, and then I figured, well, I'm gonna get a fresh start. And it was actually my buddy John Rusty that talked highly about this city. He's like, yeah, if you want a new life, man, you definitely want to come to this city. I'm like, sure, why not?
Gotcha, gotcha. Love to hear that he was able to bring you to this beautiful city of a similar named Los Santos as well.
I know it was crazy when I heard about that.
All right, Mr. Kinzer, do you have any prior Leo experience? It's okay if you don't, but we just
And
want to ask.
I was actually trained to become Los Santos PD for my last city, but of course, when things came up and I had to move out, that put things on a hiatus. But apparently, when I did come back, they've already filled up the squad and the department, so they really didn't need my services anymore. So
Gotcha, gotcha.
I guess that's why this is also a good move for a fresh start. Because that was
Uh,
actually something I've always wanted to do. Wanted to get involved with law enforcement.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's no worries here. We have a great training program. I'm actually one of the training officers, so maybe we'll get to spend some more time together.
Oh, right on.
So is Mr. Griffin back there.
Yes,
He's the
sir.
one that trained me.
Nice.
All right, what is the most exciting thing to you in regards to being a law enforcement officer?
I think the most exciting thing to being in law enforcement is one, you're trying to provide the protection for the city. Because I mean, even from my past time or being awake and doing my job with mechanics, I've seen some pretty crazy things. But then again, you do the job right, and it's amazing to see how the citizens can look up to you and have a more of a positive view on the law enforcement. And that's what I kind of want to be. I want to be that positive role, but still maintain order. So like a little bit of a mixture, and that's one thing I really enjoyed about that.
I agree, I agree. That's a great answer. Alrighty, in a one-word adjective, what would your last employer describe you as?
Mm, I would say quick.
Quick, okay. You want to elaborate on that, or?
Yep. So I say quick because they were pretty impressed on how fast I was able to learn the system, and in such a short time span, I was actually about ready to go out on my own. But unfortunately, that's when things happened. I had to move out. But I picked up the penal codes pretty quickly, and learning all the
Awesome.
different variety of charges to know what to charge suspects with if it came down to that. With the whole reporting system. Um, I'm kind of a tech savvy person, so and having that ability just allows me to quick learn something that is new to me.
Gotcha, gotcha. Alrighty. What is one thing that you struggle the most with when working with others?
Probably the one thing I would struggle the most with when it comes to working with others is when when you're put down. It's all about being a team player and working together to get the job done. But it's like if you're constantly put down, then one, you lose the motivation. Two, you don't care. And three, it is what it is. So I think when you're someone that puts down others, and you're just not going to have that full efficient investigation results and all that done, then you just lose everything.
I agree, and what I can say the main difference between BCSO and other agencies here in this city is we're just one big happy family. We all love to work together, and Teamwork is a very big attribute here. We just want to make sure everyone wants to be that big family that's coming in.
Oh yeah, and I've seen in the email system like how fast you guys are growing with all the like the new applicants and all. That's great.
Yes, sir.
And speak of the
Oh,
devil,
isn't this is this the guy that gave you this beautiful suit?
he's the one
Told
that
you it was a
recommended
nice
it to
suit.
me.
Gotcha, gotcha. All right. For the next question, how do you keep yourself calm in high stress situations?
Well, to keep myself calm, I've always had that mentality thing to where if you're gonna really overthink the situation, you're just gonna make it far worse. I kind of have that mentality where it's like, take that deep breath, kind of empty your mind so you can think clearly. And in the end, as long as you're able to have that clear train of thought, you're going to be able to perform a little bit better as far as like, let's say if it's a hostage situation, be able to handle negotiations or, um, just or even with just investigations alone to be able to put the pieces of the puzzle together.
Gotcha, gotcha. I like that. And do you have any knowledge of 10 codes yet?
Just some of the codes, unless they're different here. Like we did use some of the 10 codes in the other city,
Okay, okay.
um, but it probably would be a refresher course for me on that.
Gotcha, gotcha. Do you want me to run through just a few, maybe some of the more common ones that we're using to see if you might know them?
Yeah, sure. We can try to see if I recognize any of them.
Okay. What is a 1080?
1080. I want to say that was the vehicle stop.
Okay. So 1011 would be a traffic stop, and then 1080 would be a pursuit. Like I
I
said,
knew.
no worries. I mean, we have a
Yeah.
great training program. If we're just trying to see, the knowledge you might be coming in with.
Yeah. I mean, I like I said, I wasn't sure if the 10 codes were the same, but that's why I said I probably would need a refresher with those.
No, it's all right. They're all written down in the emails as well for you to be able to refer back to them, and all good.
All right. Cool.
Alrighty. So here's another question. If you stopped a speeding vehicle and discovered that the driver was a family member, would you issue the ticket?
Mm. As much as I would hate to, well, I guess. So okay, let's elaborate on the traffic situation. Like, let's say if are we talking heavy duty speed, reckless driving? What's the situation?
Um, let's say if it was not a family member, you would be issuing them a ticket. So now it is your family member. Would you still issue them the ticket?
If the drive, I mean honestly, I would say if the driving offense was very serious, then yes. But if it's like, let's say if they were to do like, let's say five over or something, or maybe something caught their attention to where maybe could issue a warning, but I would have to say it just depends on the severity of the ticket.
Okay.
I mean, I'm sure there's probably been a time where everybody's probably pulled over a family member and they don't want to give them a ticket, but like I said, it just comes down to what the severity of it is, and if it's like
Gotcha,
hardly
gotcha.
anything, then I have no problem just giving a warning at least.
Gotcha, gotcha. Alrighty. As a deputy, how will you make a positive impact on our local community?
Kind of going back to our answer before, we're
Just a little elaboration. Yeah.
yeah, just enforcing the laws and but still trying to maintain that positive attitude for our citizens to know that we are there for their safety, their protection. That should be no reason for them to hate us, but But I feel that if we let our guard down and going crazy on them, then obviously they're going to have a negative impact, and we don't want that.
Awesome, awesome. Alrighty. If you took a violent offender into custody and while en route to booking you came across a serious vehicle accident, what would you do?
Well, if I was booking somebody, had someone in a vehicle, then I mean, I would have to obviously radio it in to make sure that someone is aware of the situation. And I would actually, I mean, if he's locked and secured it, handcuffed in the back of the car and secured, then I would just, at least I probably would stick around until another vehicle had arrived on scene to assess the situation.
Gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Do you have any criminal cousins that are in a gang?
I do not.
Okay. Do you understand that if you're hired, you'll be put on probation and could be let go at any time due to your performance?
Yes, sir.
And you have never worked at LSPD, correct? Since you are just flew in?
Correct. No law enforcement since I flew into the city.
Awesome. Our core values are courage, integrity, and community service. Do you have any objection towards that?
No, sir.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for coming in for this interview. We're going to be putting this off to the interview staff to review it, and they should be in touch with you shortly. Do you have any
All right.
questions before
Sounds
we let
good.
you go?
I guess my only question would be is if I'm accepted, do you guys do like academy training like in groups, or do you usually just do more one-on-one trainings with them?
So,
Bit
depending
of
on how
both.
many people are brought in at the time of your acceptance, we might do a group training for like the initial steps of, collecting evidence, some SOPs. But then after that finishes, you'll have ride-alongs that you'll have to do, and those will be more personal with one person. If you're the only one brought in, of course, it won't be a group at all for any of it, but it really just depends on how many people are coming in. But you will definitely get the more personal one-on-one ride-along experience.
Okay, that's a fair enough answer.
Gotcha. Any other
And
questions?
and then I guess my next question would be is if you were to give an ETA, to hear back from you guys, how long would I probably expect a response? I know you said
Uh,
later, possibly later today, but what's the latest time?
Griffin, you mind answering that?
It'd probably be like 1 to 2 days, hopefully sooner. I'm gonna upload the body cam to the actual interview discussion, and then command will actually discuss it, and then we'll make a decision on there. We'll reply on your ticket to let you know. So.
Alrighty.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Thompson and Mr. Griffin, do y'all have anything y'all would like to ask?
Actually, I got one question. Where in the hell did you get that beautiful suit?
You're the one that recommended me this suit, man. And you broke my account.
Broke it? What do you
Oh
mean?
man, he charged you a lot for that suit?
He sure did, man. Like,
Oh man.
Imports are free.
nah, he's a good guy. He's a good guy.
Yeah, maybe you'll be able to do some ride-alongs with him.
He's pretty good.
Oh God.
Just kidding.
Don't be telling no stories now.
No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
not at all.
I'll tell you what, he can throw the ball down the lane at the bowling alley. That's for sure. I think he said he might be starting a BCSO bowling team.
I'm
Oh,
working
boy.
on it.
We'd have to do that one.
Yeah,